Hello everyone, welcome back to Holzhausen. Just putting some equipment away here, and we are going to do some mowing. We are in need of some grass for the cows and the silage. I think we have some silage to put in the biogas plant as well, so we're going to do that today. So, missed my episode on Monday. Today is Tuesday, and I missed that episode because I just bought spin tires, and I ended up playing that for, well, I think the mission I did was 4 hours long, so I must have spent 4 or 5 hours playing. Yeah, so hooked on another game. That's just what I needed, eh? So if you're interested in seeing videos on spin tires, let me know, and maybe I will record some. If it's, I don't know, maybe it's probably not for everybody, because I imagine it's going to be a slow-paced game, slogging through the mud. So I might just, you know, maybe show highlights of a mission or something, and just, you know, pretty much show when I'm getting stuck, instead of, I mean, seeing somebody spend 30 minutes slogging through mud and making it about 60 feet is going to be pretty darn boring. Pretty boring for me too. So I don't get stuck very much. If there's trees nearby, I do not get stuck in that game, because yay winch. I'm just going to pull the tractor in here and leave it here for now. Brake, turn it off, turn the beacon. Alright, so let's get our mower setup going. Oh my gosh, tell me that's not full of straw. You know what, I might have to buy another one of those. Let's have a look. Ah, crap. Alright, well, we're gonna have to buy a new one of those then, so let's do that. Grab that. Back this beastie up. Right, so yeah, I forgot I was going to need another forge wagon. I suppose I should check and make sure I don't actually have a second one already. Loading wagons. Yes, I own 2. Aren't you glad I checked? I am really glad I checked. So where is the other one? Oh, I must have purchased it last episode and forgot. Well, let's get them to deliver it. Yes, deliver it to my farm. Thank you very much. That was so good of them. I purchase it and then they drop it off at my farm for me. Oh, that's kind of... thought the other was over there where they bring them in. Just goes to show you don't reset stuff very much, that I didn't even know where the reset point was. Alright, let's get the old beacons going, and off we go into the wild green yonder. Hey, and I get to use my signal lights. Oh, I know. How many people really get excited about signal lights? Apparently just me, but I like it. It's a little bit of realism. Besides, it gives me something to do with those 2 big paddle buttons behind my wheel. Oh, look at that blinker. Yield. Well, they should turn the yield sign so that they yield to me, but oh well. Oh, sorry, little signpost. That's okay. We don't care. Whoa, yelly. Let's go down here and mow. We'll start off over here. Actually, you know what? We just cleared that the edge of that field, so let's go over there. Come on, you can do it. Up the hill we go. We're in 4-wheel drive, but I don't have the differentials locked, so I don't see a need for it, to be honest, at this point. Alright, let's get this party started. Speaking of which, as soon as I'm done recording, I'm gonna try and do 2 episodes now and get them both uploaded for Tuesday. I uploaded our farm sim co-op. We did a hour-long episode, which will be up on Wednesday. So I uploaded that overnight. So yeah, that took a while. This morning it was still uploading. So I think I can get about an hour in at my current video settings. So what I'll probably end up... Whoops, what did I hit there? Okay then. Oh, a stick. I hit a stick. That can totally happen when you're mowing. So, what was I saying? Oh yes, 1 hour video, and then it's time for breaking out the eggnog, because it is Christmas is a-coming. So today putting up the tree and decorating. Well, I put the tree up yesterday. Went out and cut it out in my yard. Not in my yard, but in the woods of my yard. And I cut a tree and put it up overnight in the great room. So I'm decorating it today. So I'm gonna go work on that and have some holiday drinks, because that's what the holidays are all about, right? Seems that way. Anyway, we'll do that. So let's try and get an hour in today. So I think what I'll do is I'll split it into 2 episodes. That way it's a little easier for those of you who, you know, you can't sit down for an hour because you've got work in the morning or whatever. So by breaking it up, it'll make it easier for you. That, and by next week you won't even know. I'll have spaced it out over, instead of doing it over 2 days, I'll try and get 2 episodes up in 1 day. And then Wednesday is the farm sim, and Thursday we've got a co-op of a Kick to the Head and I were our co-op 7 Days to Die with a special guest who I believe will be joining us on a regular basis. So I guess instead of special guest, I should say a new co-star. How's that sound? So that's pretty fun. We have a good time playing that game. So I know it's definitely not as popular to you guys as Farm Sim, but at the same time it's something I really like to do, and so some of you do enjoy it, and I'm glad you do, and if you don't, well, there's lots of Farm Sim too. I'm putting out about 5 episodes, 6 episodes a week of Farm Sim. That's pretty darn good. 5 anyway. Go. So I think what I'm going to do is a couple trips around. You can see I'm getting a lot of grass in the corners here. I could have gone with the butterfly mower and then a windrower and then gone through and picked it all up, but in the end I think this is a much more efficient as far as monetarily. It's a way cheaper because, you know, I don't have to go and spend, I think it was 40k for that, the butterfly mower, and I don't have any idea how much the windrower costs, probably the same-ish. So, yeah, this is a cheaper, easier solution for a one-person operation. On our co-op farm, we actually have the butterfly mower, and then we follow that with the windrower, and then follow that with the forage wagon. So apparently there's a new mod, either coming out or has come out, where, for instance, if you're going to bale hay, you actually have to cut the grass and ted it and then leave it. And then once it's, I was going to say ripens, but once it's seasoned, I guess, dried out, then that's when you would actually go around and bale it. So, you know, part of, you see, I don't really do much with bales, but this map, I can't sell, for instance, the straw without baling it first, as far as I know. And really, I don't have much of a use for that other than the TMR, I guess. So I think what I'm going to do is maybe I'll try and get that mod installed and then do some baling. And I'll actually start doing some proper farming, because really what this farm is about is getting that cattle farm going. That's really what I want to focus on this map. So yeah, how are we doing for cash? 20k. Let's just stop for a second and have a look. What's her loan look like? Oh, well, okay then. So we have 20k. I spent all the money. Oh well. So I guess what we'll have to do is we'll get that biogas going, and then we'll have some cash coming in, hopefully. I'm not sure. You know, I still am not 100% comfortable with my knowledge of the biogas. Vanilla, yeah, I've done that a million times and I know all about that. But with the biogas extension, pretty green on that, if you pardon the pun. So, well, this is how we learn, right? Now, I noticed some of you were asking why I don't use horseplay, and sheer ignorance. Really, I just don't know how to use it. So, you know, I don't know if, basically what I would have to do is learn it on screen, and I don't know if you guys could take that, if that would drive you crazy, or maybe you'd just like to sit there and laugh at me, whatever. But, yeah, I'm a noob when it comes to horseplay. Okay, I think, have we mowed enough that I can start going up and down the field properly? I think I'm going to do that now. Up and down the field we go by Padman. I'm gonna make sure I give him credit for that song because it's his song. Really like, you know, at first with Farmsim 15, I thought, well, this isn't much of an upgrade, but honestly, if I installed, say, a mod now that does not have the dirt script on it, and I don't know, it just would bug me now. I think I'm so used to it now. I don't know if I could even go back to Farmsim 13 at this point. It would feel old and clunky. And I have grown to like the throttle controls on this, so yeah, I'm now a Farmsim 15 junkie, I guess. Whoops, let's turn off the mower, lift that up. And off we go. We should be able, oh, you know what? This time I'm going to circle back around here. And come right around this way. Yeah, there we go. And we are going to drop the mower. Why? Because you'll see. There's reasons. And I actually have reasons. Whoops. There we go. See, yeah, instead of my directional button, I got confused with my my latch button. There we go. Right, so we're off to feed the cows, and then we'll feed the biogas. Well, not the biogas. We're gonna feed the silage bunker. Let's get in where we can see where we're going. Isn't that neat? Driving along next to the corn, and between the fence and the poles and the corn. Boy, you don't want to have a little bit of a slip on the steering wheel here. I've got my blinker on, you can hear it. Oh well. Soon I'll have my video card back. I just got confirmation today that they received my card, so it shouldn't be too long before they send me another one. Probably gonna go tomorrow. Or maybe even later today, don't know. So we'll get it back soon, and then I can ramp up the graphics again and get these mirrors working, because I didn't think I really used the mirrors until now that I don't have them again. Yeah, I use the mirrors a lot, so can't wait to get those back. Why would I put my signal light on here? Because if there's anybody behind me and I can't see them because I don't have any mirrors, I want to signal where I'm going. I watched a rant on YouTube about signals. It's actually a guy named Rick Mercer. He's a Canadian guy who, like a political satirist, and he has these rants. And one of his rants was about people don't know how to use turn signals, so you never know what they're gonna do. And the whole point of having a turn signal is so that people know what you're doing. Anyway, yeah, it was a pretty good rant. I enjoyed it. And you know me, I like ranting. So does he, so it works for me. Really enjoy his rants. So if you're wondering what I'm talking about, look on YouTube for Rick Mercer, spelled M-E-R-C-E-R. Yes, that's right. And, yeah, rant. His channel's actually called Mercer Report. So, and regarding the politics, it's Canadian politics, and he is decidedly left of center. So, you know, just be warned, if you're a conservative voter, you might not appreciate the humor. I sure do, but I'm not even going to talk about that now. Moving on down to the. We got 16%. We may as well go and fill this up again before we go to the biogas plant. Oh man, am I going to just be stuck behind this slowpoke? Yep. Oh, nobody's gonna move for that horn. I bet you that horn on that car probably sounds better than this one. Where's the turn off? Oh, right up here. Cornfield. Put on my blinker and they're like, where are you turning? There's no road there. I have a tractor. I didn't need roads. It's 4-wheel drive. Speaking of which, that spin tire, really liking that game. And it is very tedious as far as slogging through the mud, but I don't know, it just seems to be my kind of game. So I'm really enjoying that, and I'm watching the Steam sales. I got it on sale yesterday. It was 66% off, so that's about $10 Canadian instead of 30. Yeah, it's multiplayer or else I wouldn't have bought it. And now waiting for Construction Simulator so I can play that multiplayer. Can't wait. Alright, so let's switch this back to the mower. Alright. Yeah, let's just do some in-cab stuff for a bit. And it looks like it's filling, so that's good. Nah, you know what, let's go up external and you can have a look around. I think this corner might be still a bit tight. Ah, well, I'll take it a little further out next time. So I'm just gonna kind of, when I come around, I'll go on the right side, right-hand side of that lane too. Just keep the cruise going. That way, all my turns will be about the same. So I should have done that turn a little looser, like the first turn down at this end, because then I would have more of a gap here. Otherwise, well, you'll see. You'll see. I'll show you what I'm talking about. See, it makes kind of a... that's not too bad a turn. I guess that was a bit of a lazy turn. So we're pretty much mowing 95% of the time. So that's what we want. That's what's efficient. And yes, I know, and I can't help it. It's just the way I am. I try to be efficient. Some would say I'm mental. They would be right. Well, and boy, does it ever cause me to lose sleep sometimes. Because I'm up late trying to finish something in a game. And, well, for instance, the Star Wars game I've been playing, there's things you can do is like the crew skills, which are crafting skills, are time-based. So if you want to make something, it takes 5 minutes or 30 minutes, or depends on what you're making. Well, I try to have all my crew out there working before I go to bed, so that way they work overnight. Well, it takes me an hour to get all that queued up, and by then they're done, and I got to start them again. So anyway, next thing you know, it's 2 in the morning, and I wanted to go to bed at 12:30. Oh well. Didn't mention I'm mental. I think I did. So what else do we have going on this week? We've got hopefully 2 episodes of Holzhausen. I imagine I'll try and get something out Friday. It might be Spin Tires Friday. We'll see. We've got co-op Farm Sim Wednesday. We've got co-op 7 Days to Die on Thursday. Yeah. So it's a busy week, and most of those episodes are an hour long. So, well, I should say most. I guess the 2 co-op ones are an hour long. So that's nice. That'd be good for Christmas. You're sitting around and you're bored, you're waiting for the turkey to cook, and there you go. Fire that up on the TV and everybody will wonder why in the world you're watching Farm Sim. I can't really say that because I watch Farm Sim. Or I don't watch it very much now because I just don't have the time. When I'm on my computer, I'm generally playing something on the internet, and so I can't really watch anything on the internet because, yeah, you can imagine why. Because my game lags are bad. Anyway, so yeah, but I mean, when I first started playing Farm Sim 2013, and I imagine you guys have heard the story already, but I'm going to tell it anyway. When I first got the game, I started playing it, and I was starting to get bored of it, so I went on YouTube and had a look for Let's Plays so that I could kind of play along while watching someone else. So I started watching Stocko Glass at that point, and have been a fan ever since. So it was kind of neat, you know. He's playing there, and I was playing. I think I was playing the same map at that point. Yeah, I think that was when I first started his. He was obviously just learning Farm Sim, and he was playing on Hagenstead. So I was just playing along as well, and it was almost like we were playing co-op because I had him going on the screen next to me. So that was kind of neat. And then I actually got into the multiplayer by asking Fadman. I said, hey, I met him through Stocko's site, I think. I said, hey, do you want to do a co-op Farm Sim? And a couple days later, we started our series and then looked back. So Fadman recorded the first season all on his own. While I was there, but I was not recording because I didn't have a channel and all that. So that's started recording them on my channel for the second series. And wow, I made so many videos over the past year. It's crazy. I just was not expecting that. I don't know what it's expecting. Nothing really, I guess. And what's amazing is how many of you folks actually watch it. I can't believe it. Well, I'm glad you enjoy it, because I enjoy making them. I wouldn't even be playing Farm Sim, I don't think, if I wasn't making the videos for it. Just because, you know, I like to play multiplayer, and I just haven't been playing multiplayer Farm Sim, so... Whoops, let's just finish up this. Here we go, I'll have to come back. Cut that. So we'll move forward a bit, and drop the mower. Back it up. Go forward. Yeah, we'll stay in external view for this trip. Well, yeah, I like going internal view for this part. And off we go. Plus the picture probably looks better, because if I'm on external view, the way my steering bobbles a little bit, it would get make it kind of nauseous. We're pulling out. Too bad, buddy. Whoop. I think I clipped something, but I'm not going to look back. I think I must have hit that pole. Or the car. I don't know. If there's a mess, we'll see it when we get back again. Hey, he doesn't have a license plate. I'm reporting him. Whoops, I shouldn't have hit the light. That's a good way to lag myself. Alright, let's get around the corner here without catching on anything. I don't need to go over the scale. Weighted enough times I would know how much was in it. An experienced farmer. Right, so we'll drop this off, and then we're gonna start unloading some biogas, some silage into the biogas. That way we get to do a little bit of each. Whoops. Steer straight. Oh my gosh, I can't see where's the edge of the wall. There it is. Put this right to the back so we don't have to keep running over it. I mean, yeah, we'll want to run over to compress it, but kind of a pain when you're gonna unload. Alright, so let's unload that. I guess I could back up a little bit more, I think. Nope, that's the back of the pile. We'll just pile that up, and I'll just keep backing in, and that way I don't have to keep running over the whole pile with this trailer, because, you know, remember I was talking about realism? I don't think you get a pile that's 10 feet high and then back this trailer up on top of it. That would be kind of silly. What you would do is just keep backing it up to the pile. Alright, so let's just stop this here. Set the brake. Turn off the engine. Turn off the beacons. There we go. And that's starting to get a little bit of mud back here, but boy, this tractor's in need of a wash. I don't even have a power washer. I'm going to have to get one soon, I think. Alright, so let's have a look. Oh, before we get going too far on that, let's run over here. Have a look. Feeding rates and all that stuff. Feeding rates 100%. There's nothing in here. So what we want to do, let's have a look at the animals. Yeah, I'm going to need to speed up the game here at some point because we need to get some manure going. So what I'm going to do is just dump a bit of silage in there and see what happens. Kaboom! Right now Beef is screaming, "Don't do it, it's a trap! You don't want to dump silage in there, what are you, a fool?" Yup. No, I'm not a fool, I'm a noob. There's a difference. I don't know what the difference is. Turn my beacon on in case somebody comes racing around the corner to use one of the other pits. It'd be neat if there was an AI farmer that you would compete with or work with, depending on the settings or something, I don't know. Just thought that would be a neat thing. So you can get a shovel for this that you can actually, it tilts forward on top of those hinges, so instead of doing this, and see, by the time I dump that, well, you know what, I'll just back up and straighten that out a bit. Anyway, what it would do is, it's got a high tip bucket. I'm wondering if I should download one. Maybe get one that holds 10,000 liters instead of 6,800. Oh, I did already, this one holds 10,000. Well, isn't that convenient? Alright, so we're going to dump 10k in here and then we'll have a look. Let's hop out and look what this says. Bunker fill level 10 meters cubed. 30% total solids. Oh, I can't see the. Was it all R? I can't remember. Control A. Yeah, there it was. Control A. Gets rid of the what do you call it? The inspector mod. Alright, so there we go. There's a bunker fill level. Total solids is 30%. Total solids and fermenter. So what that means is the bunker is what I just filled. The fermenter, it's where it mentions the feeding rate, it's feeding from the fermenter, or from the feed bunker into the fermenter. So what we want to do is also dump in some manure, not manure, slurry. By doing so, I guess that would change the ratio in something. Oh, you know what am I talking about? I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, so I wonder if I should put more in. We're gonna leave it for now. So did that actually give me cash? I think that only gives me cash at 8 p.m. and 8 a.m. So we'll have a look at that. Probably next episode we're gonna speed it up and we'll go to 8 p.m. and see what happens. And we're also going to need, oh my gosh, how am I going to afford it? I need to get, what you call it, words. I need words. Way to haul slurry. Yes, a slurry tanker is what I mean. Okay, let's just shut that down. Set the brake. I don't know if I should leave that in the bucket or not. Yeah, it'll probably be okay. Alright, so the next thing to check is, we'll go over here, start this up. I guess next episode I might have to do a bit of logging to get some cash for us to get the slurry tanker. I'll have a look and see how much a slurry tanker costs. So, I left the F1 menu up for a reason, and when we get up here you'll see why. Right up by this hose over here. Alright, so this is where the, after the stuff ferments, I guess it would be the methane, the biogas, is used for making electricity, and the remaining residue is then used for fertilizing our fields. So it's kind of like slurry. So what we do is we will use that as fertilizer, and then we'll use the slurry that we get from the cows to dump into the biogas. And we can also put solids in there too, but I'm not sure how well that'll work. I'll have to talk with my old buddy Beavis about that. I should bring him on here for guest appearance and teach me how to work this thing. I don't know why. I mean, he's made video. He and Kara have made videos about it, and I don't know, unsmart, I guess. So we're gonna run this back over, and I think I'll just park it up, and we'll be calling it an episode here. And the next episode, I will cut some trees and basically cut enough trees to get the cash we need for the slurry tanker. And we'll speed up game time, and we'll speed up the game time, and we'll have a look at what happens at 8 p.m. when the thing cycles, the biogas cycles. So let's just pull this over here. Now, regarding cutting trees, I might just cut those trees there. Let's just leave this here, and we'll have to go back to the farm with this. So I think I'll wrap up here, and then next episode we're going to cut some of these trees down around here, especially right ahead of me here. We'll get those out of the way for when I'm mowing. So I will see you next time. Thank you so much for joining me, and bye for now.